is a rural area. As a rural area, we know that most of the information that we get them late.
We are unable to teach learners effectively due to the fact that we do not have infrastructures. No lab, no science lab, no computer lab, no hall.
I'm Professor Samson Mampieli from Stellenbosch University. I'm running the Department of Science and Innovations Renewable and Sustainable Energy Research Hub. The idea started a long time ago. We've been talking to the Department of Science and Innovation about media labs in schools. We then came up with this idea of doing kind of a media lab that has got all the aspects of the fourth industrial revolution, that has got all the aspects of the green energy technologies.
Through our Department of Science and Innovation, we're quite excited to be involved in this media lab. We think it is going to make a huge impact in the community, particularly access to technological equipment, but beyond that, access to internet connectivity, which broadens the world of knowledge.
The impact is quite massive because the media lab is going to change the way teachers teach at school, in line with the fourth industrial revolution. In the past we used to have blackboards where people used to write using chalks and stuff like that. Now we've got a smart screen, for instance.
For me as a science educator, this is a real improvement for me. It's what I've been in need of, because it's very much important as a science educator to do some simulations, experiment via that when I'm teaching learners.
Some of the learners would be touching the laptops for the first time in their entire lives. Learners are going to be enlightened. They are going to go out of the village. The village mentality will be removed now, because they will be able to see what is happening around the world, because this one will expose them to the whole world, and they will be able to interact with learners from other countries. So the mindset will change from here going forward. So it has come at the right time, where it was needed the most.
I'm Owen Deval and I work for the Center for Renewable Sustainable Energy Studies, and I'm a project engineer for the center. So one of the key things that makes this container different than the normal container at school is the way that it's been designed.
So I'm Shanae Bloom. I am the project architect on this project. We've decided in the beginning to construct the actual building in Cape Town and then to basically ship it up to here. And I mean, when we arrived here, we had tools and we had the right set of everything to literally just plug and play. So the architectural elements that was considered in this design was based on bioclimatic design principles. The building has a very distinct and very sort of wide overhang on the northern facade. The reason for this is to protect the direct sun ray penetration into the classroom. So we used insulation in the ceiling areas and also the walls. And then obviously the orientation is very important when you look at the sun path, especially when you consider solar PV generation.
The idea is that the container is off-grid completely, and then for example not having an additional financial burden to the school, let's say for example with electricity costs. We have a 2.2 kilowatt PV system on the roof, and then also 8.2 kilowatt hours of energy storage, with the energy monitoring screen measuring how much is being generated by PV and then how much the computers are using, and then we can determine how much we can offset the energy of the school and in essence saving them money.
The solar panels were also sourced locally from Art Solar, that they are based in Durban. We're pushing basically locally developed IP as well as locally manufactured technologies.
The main concern that the school teachers and the school had was security. So for me, the biggest challenge was to meet aesthetically pleasing sort of design with a secure, sort of fortified design.
We've installed an alarm system along with polycarbonate windows so that it doesn't get broken into as easily. And then also a security fence at the top, and then also PV panels at the top are protected by the security system as well.
Visiting the area, I was very inspired by the drum circles that they have in Vhembe district. The way I see this building is almost like a drum, you know, sort of resonating into the future of the youth of this area. Yeah, it's hard not to get emotional. Ooh, You always gain from these experiences, you know, so those are things that you can't buy. It's a very exciting project to be part of for that reason.
What is more important is putting together a curricula that involves science, technology, coding, and a whole range of other, science and related subjects under one roof, or in this case under one container. And I think it will really empower the kids who are already doing well, and therefore it opens a whole world of new possibilities for them.